Alright, let's get back to it. Oh, wait, I'm recording, right? Yes. Okay. Huntress, you seem ready to go. Let's hear from you. Sure thing. My neck of the woods isn't wanting for horrifying mythology. Mother once told me a story of a young man who was traveling back home after the war. Which war? Doesn't matter. I just wanted some backstory details to paint a picture. I'll paint you a picture if you want. The man was lost and running out of food rations. He stopped to rest for the night underneath a majestic birch tree. That's when he saw the woman, naked, skin glistening in the twilight glow. Hot, I'm invested. They sang a haunting melody as they made their way downhill towards the inviting lake. Enchanted by the music, the young man followed the parade of beautiful women until they stopped in a clearing next to the water. They turned to him and smiled. One woman with long hair stepped forward and reached for his hand. The others began to play music. Flutes, lutes, tambourines. The melody was intoxicating. The man's feet began to move beneath him. He was dancing, moved by the magical music of these mysterious women. Twilight darkened into night, and the man grew weary. But when he tried to still his moving feet, he found that he could not. "Help! I cannot stop dancing!" he cried to the nearest woman, a slender woman with green hair. Green hair, eh? She drew near to him, and he saw her features distorted into something horrific. She was bloated, an eye hanging from one socket, skin the color of algae, or Salka, her true self. "You'll never stop dancing," she screeched at him. "My sisters and I were drowned in this lake by men of your regiment. Consider this your punishment." The man cried out, "But it wasn't me." "Someone must pay," the Rusalka said, her voice filled with briny malice. So the man danced and danced until his bones broke and his heart gave out. A dance of death. A silent beat as everyone takes in this macabre ending. But it's not all bad. Rusalkas are also fertility goddesses. If a lady had stumbled across them, she would have been blessed with a fruitful womb, and probably some candy for the road. Damn, does she really think that's a happy ending? I want what Huntress is having. How's that story time? A lot of people like to take pot shots at sequels, but I think every good story deserves a follow-up. When you think it's the end, the sequel is almost never as rewarding as the original. That's why I'm much more a fan of the episodic style of storytelling. Knowing that the series takes a lot of pressure off of any individual installment and builds a greater sense of community between the audience and creator. Tell me, Troy, if you could delete any sequel from existence, what would it be? Don't answer that. We don't actually care. We're just here to make sure that we seamlessly move on to the next segment of the evening. God forbid my small talk get in the way of a romantic Twilight moment. Dwight, I'm gonna need you to shut your yap trap. You know we need to get back to that thing we do whenever we're not on screen. Okay. Have fun tonight and try not to wink and end up dead. Why did you say the words wink out loud, and what kind of double entendre are you getting at with the end up dead thing? Dwight is physically incapable of winking, not since the accident. And you do know that all of these people are despicable criminals with double-digit kill counts, right? Well, except for Spears. She really doesn't belong here. She's strictly a victim, not a perpetrator. No wonder she's pissed. Yeah, that's true, yeah? Did I hear somebody trash-talking Spirit? Deal me in. But do you say we take this talk to the hot tub so I can soak this bod while roast that ghost with some killer hot takes? Please, enough talk of burns. Things that are lit or getting blazed. It's enough that these activities have to be set next to a literal fire. Must I be surrounded by figurative flames as well? What if we turned and ran as far away from this place as we could, just you and me? All those spindly legs, you'd probably tire before you got too far. If it's running away to someplace more secluded Troy's after, they should obviously join me. Have you seen these legs? Pure power. Not that my walk speed really reflects my giant stature, but that's because I choose to move more slowly for stealthy reasons. It's my own choice and it's completely logical. See, the Spirit's a slower moving killer too, but I think she is actually a little bit faster than Huntress. Why is everyone so obsessed with comparing themselves to each other and creating drama? I'm so over all that. Don't you get it? Society wants to trick you into fighting with each other so that corporations can swoop in and slay fake solutions to all your fabricated problems. I do actually agree with a lot of the shit the Spirit says, which is kind of funny. I'll be sitting in the shade and drinking some locally sourced drinking something locally sourced while thumbing through a public domain novella printed on recycled paper because I refuse to play their game anymore. Okay, well, she'd probably be a little obnoxious to actually talk to you if she's that far into it. It's like she's actively trying to be as unappealing as possible. Does it really turn anyone else on, or just me? Despite Trapper's insatiable appetite, it seems his attention, along with the attention of everyone else, is still on you, for the moment. If you could, I don't know, just pick one of us, maybe we could all move on with our lives, or, you know, some special projects we might have going. You heard him. Who will it be? Who will you head off with for an evening activity? I'm just saying you may not get a ton of chances to date around like this before your time on Murder's Island comes to a close. And no, I'm not satisfied with that name either. But with this streaming reality TV dating show boom happening, it's pretty much all if that wasn't taken. Which killer will you pick? And yes, we're back to excluding Trickster because of that guy. Now, I could go with the Huntress and get some different story, but I'll miss out on stuff with the Spirit, and, you know, maybe that's a... Oh, you picked me. Yay. Sorry, that was rude of me. I despise funniness. So I should be honest with you. Make for interesting company. I love the idea of winning over these other killers at all costs. And I hate the game of prize. But I had a long day. Floating, subverting expectation, gunman, takes a lot on me. So don't stop bringing your A game, alright? I seem like I hate everything and getting to the early... Okay. But won't know unless you search deep inside yourself and bring in everything you've got. Right? Just say the exact right thing at the right time to melt my cold-heartedness. I don't know if the girls have any better than me. See you at the bar, I guess. Find Dwight and Claudette both holding cocktail shakers surrounded by a bevy of bottles for assorted boozes. Who's ready to get wasted? Well, I don't drink, so not me. You really don't drink ever? Is that like because it will just fall out of a hole in your stomach thing, or I don't drink alcohol because alcohol is poisoning the body and the mind, and I don't need to act like a fool to have a good time thing. Why did you choose a mixology lesson as a romantic nighttime activity? Everyone knows this kind of day is just an excuse to get loaded up on booze and make terrible decisions. It's true, not a single person has ever learned anything on one of these things. Wait, now that's not true. You learned how to tie a cherry knot in a stem using only your tongue. Whoa, whoa. Order the soda with a splash of my private business, because that's off menu. Well, I know what I'm drinking to forget tonight. Mixology is a real thing, and it doesn't require alcohol to be interesting. I'll have you all know that I worked at a restaurant before I was violently executed by your father, on whom you will have your bloody vengeance. Right? Well, so be it. But you, Troy, do you drink? I boosted up. I already had a sangria. I was afraid you'd say that. You see, you and Spirit have different dietary restrictions. That means we got to make 2 different drinks to 2 different sets of ingredients, and that's like double the work for this amount of pay, which is already 0 for a job we both hate. What do you say? Would one of you maybe bend your will and just teensy make life easier on us? No. Try to be a pal. What do you think? I gotta get the show on the road. Heard that the customer's always right, haven't you? Well, technically that's me, I think. Good bartender juggles a lot of drinks at once for hours at a time. I think the 2 of you together can handle splitting one simple lesson. Spirit rolls her eyes as you explain Claudette and Dwight's jobs to Claudette and Dwight's faces. Oh! I just said, Troy, if you didn't explain what bartending was, I don't know how any of us would survive another night on the island. Ew, that didn't go so well. I'm so desperate to get drunk. Is my company not intoxicating enough? Oh, when you put it like that, I feel a bit foolish. Just a bit. I'd say you've gone off easy. Claudette and Dwight return with double the bottles, double glasses, and an entire cart filled with additional ingredients. Don't worry, we've redesigned the entire class around your new requirements. Well, as you know. You know, I've changed my mind. We can skip the alcohol and just have a mocktail demo. I just like cracking sound as Claudette grips one of the bottles that she just dragged over to the bar to satisfy her original request. Gosh, how gracious of you. So, lovebirds, what drink should we make? Go to dark and stormy for my dark and stormy date. Okay, that one is cute. Okay, I had a good feeling about that one because of the lighthouse stuff. Please allow us to demonstrate how a dark and stormy is made. First, rum, or in this case rum extract, and a bit of apple juice is poured over ice, and then fresh ginger beer is added in. Garnish with a lime wheel and drink the end. I think you're up to the challenge of replicating this recipe, Troy. Don't forget the lime wheel. Rum substitute and ginger beer over ice with a lime. Not sure I appreciated your tone, but yes, you got it. You're a natural. Sassy natural. Troy, don't you dare. Spirit seems to be in a lovely mood as she sips her dark and stormy. She's not even rolling her eyes at your petty behavior. On cue, a literal dark storm rules. A dark storm begins to make its way in the form of the ocean. You taste your own dark and stormy as you watch the clouds approach. It's quite refreshing. Isn't this fun? Honestly, this is the most drama-free fun I've had since I got here. There's a little bit of drama there, with the eye rolling and such. And since you picked a simple but delicious drink, we got plenty of time to relax. Want to make out a little? Breathing a sip of your drink and immediately begin coughing. Before you can get a guess out, lightning strikes a palm tree on the beach and immediately starts a fire. The activity ends abruptly as Claudia and Dwight usher the two of you away from the bar. The gang's all together on the volleyball court. Seems like only yesterday you were sitting on the sidelines watching everyone get sweaty. It's because it was? Oi, it feels like I've been here a lot longer than that, actually. Yeah, isn't this the third day now? It's so late that the sun is already beginning to rise. Better get this over with quickly so that you can get some beauty rest. I do not recommend the eternal damnation and perpetual narrative. Good thing you've really used your time well since then. Really getting to know the gang. The brain, the mogul, basket case, the psychotic bunny girl. You know, the 4 types of people. Psychotic bunny girl. Mogul's gotta be the trapper. Is Spirit the basket case? And then... no. Is Spirit the brain? Oh, weird. Anyway, everyone is gathered on the volleyball court for a new type of game. Pitch your dream date and see who Troy chooses. Who's ready for round robin? I mean, we already know who I'm going with. How round are we talking? No, not the Huntress. Each killer gets 2 minutes to tell you about the dream date they have planned for you tomorrow. In no particular order, which is a weird thing to mention right now, right? It's like the order does matter. Wraith, why don't you go first? You look like you'd hate that. Sorry, anyway, Wraith? Well, I don't know. I'd really prefer to just tell Troy privately. I don't really know how that's going to work with these game mechanics. What if you just whispered it to Troy? Wraith considers this for a long moment too long. That's fine. Without moving, Wraith lowers his voice to a barely audible whisper. Tomorrow we have to find my bell. And then I can finally tell you about what I've been working on. It's going to be really special. The kind of thing where we will really bond. Maybe finally get off the island. And then maybe we can go on a real date. You done? Is that it? Wraith nods, proud. Trapper, without further ado, would like to make us all uncomfortable by pushing the boundaries of what's acceptable, not only in polite society, but within the narrative of this in-world event, and also the large meta-narrative of a Dead by Daylight dating experience. Sometimes you just gotta say it. Oh yes, thank you, I'd like to. So Troy, you're thinking of picking me? Well, this is your final warning. Pick me and be punished. And rewarded. Tomorrow we'll suck, probably. I'm not an easy guy to get along with. I know that. But I can tell you this. I'm hiding a secret on this island that'll make fans shit themselves with excitement. If you like Trappy, you're gonna love it, and if not, you're a maggot. Also, everyone, even confident, sexy ladies in rabbit masks, better stay the hell away from my yacht. Sorry, anyway, Wraith? Well, I don't know. I'd really prefer to just tell... What? I know it's gonna work with these. What? Didn't I do this already? Oh, can you go backwards? Tomorrow you'll spit in the face of God, die, and be reborn anew. You're not intrigued by that? I don't want you. Go draw crayon art with Trapper or dig up whatever mysteries with Wraith. I don't know what those guys do all day. Do you want to at least specify which god you'll be spitting in the face of? All of them. Okay then, so hydrate tonight, if you intend to hang with the spirit. And time's up, everyone. I didn't see Huntress. I go dream about these swoon-worthy options so that you're ready to have a swell night. Did you two forget to mention something? Oh, how could we forget? There's one more thing to do. No reality survival dating competition parody would be complete without singling out one of our contestants who is already teetering on the edge of a psychological break. Giving them a little push. Hold up. This has been a survival dating competition parody this entire time, and I'm just now finding out about it. Come on, the signs were there, you just didn't read them. Welcome to Murderer's Island. It's now time to eliminate one of the killers. It's like a butchering, but it hurts even worse. You can't kill a killer, but you can break their heart. Do you dare even try? You mean? That's right, tomorrow one of these sexy slicers will not be eligible to take you on a date. Who is it gonna be? But why? Because it's dramatic. Because it's surprising? Because it's a classic reversal of fate? It will hurt someone's feelings. Someone dangerous. Who's it gonna be, champ? What's your thought process here? Trapper seems like he might throttle you in your sleep if you eliminate him. That being said, at least you'd see him coming. Spirit can be anywhere. She floats, and here she can disappear. Hard to track. If you get rid of Wraith, he might cry, and although I totally support normalizing men crying and being vulnerable, it just seems like he might be an ugly crier. Huntress, you might pretend to be okay with it, but you'll start seeing her behind every tree. What I'm saying is, I don't envy you, boss. So which sociopath are you eliminating? Trapper is the one I get along with the worst. It's very simple, Trapper. You scare the living shit out of me, you are eliminated. That's fair. Honestly though, I don't care, you suck. But not in a good way, you bore me. Your personality-free Megan, it wouldn't even be fun to kill you. Which I was totally gonna do tomorrow, first chance I got, so really this is a win-win for both of us. Still might kill you though, out of principle for eliminating me. Sleep with both eyes open, and have fun on your date tomorrow. If you've broken the heart of someone heartless, you should go get some shut-eye. And don't worry too much about the broken heart you've left behind. Because, of course, they'll be receiving a consolation prize. They might not to get to go home with Troy, but when this is all over, they'll never sleep alone again. That's right, we're sending our eliminated player home with... Was that like a trickster body pillow? A trickster body pillow, next best thing to a real trickster. It might not hug you back, but it definitely won't try and stab you. And how do we know? Because I've tried it. That's right. It's Dwight tested. Claudette approved. Hope you sleep well tonight, Troy. You're my hero for what you've accomplished. How can you sleep tonight knowing what you've done? No, not because of guilt. I mean knowing that there's a legit homicidal maniac who hates you close by. How can you sleep tonight knowing what you'll do tomorrow? Don't know how you'll do it, but you'll better go before Dwight and Claudette come back and put you to sleep themselves. You know those two. Schedule. Oh, what a crazy way to end the day. Elimination? I didn't even know that was that kind of game. Just check in with everyone else, especially our loser. Everyone deserves to send out. So things go tomorrow, I suppose. I'm not expecting anything. I tend to shut my mind off during hard times. I know I seem all excited and devil may care, but the truth is I'm really a pessimist at heart. And it tends to happen when your mother's scared by an elk when you were young. Yeah, how'd you know? Well, guess. So still the only thing you talk about. You'll excuse me, I think I saw a raccoon over in that tree. I'm feeling peckish. Really know what's happening here. I honestly haven't been paying attention. Oh, Troy, sorry, I forgot. Focusing on other things, more important things. I don't handle rejection well, at least I don't think I do. No one has ever been dumb enough to reject me before. Yeah, the more I think about it, the angrier I'm getting. And I'm a giant rage monster, so everyone in this room should be scared right now. Turn the camera on. I think there's a chance I might get eliminated. Yeah, I did. Do I care if I got eliminated? Not even a little? Does the volume of words I spend talking about how much I don't care about things signify a deeper yearning within me to be seen, heard, and validated by those around me? Nah. What? No, you're not a part of this. You don't get a confessional. It's cool, man. I'm not part of anything. You feel me? I'm not a cog in anyone's machine. I'm my own machine. This whole thing is pretty cute, though. Charmingly low budget. Old school marketing vibes. Not gonna lie. Kind of wish I wasn't so busy right now. I'd definitely be down with the reality show style dating competition with survival elements. But I got my new album upcoming tour, finalizing the new sneaker line, producing a limited series on my life, starting a new social media NFT crypto app, and doing these private gigs over on IP Island. My dudes, you gotta come back, check out IP Island. It's dope. It's where all the real killers are hanging out. Fully licensed, no legal drama. Lawyers, take a hike. Tell everyone that Chester said that about them, don't worry. I'm talking your favorite steps, characters from all over pop culture that can't be seen on the side. Probably can't even mention them, like Ghostfit. Don't you say it, look, we get it. You're very popular and in demand. But we have a game to get back to, and I don't want to get sued. Ghostface. Come on. Whatever, I don't even care. I'm the trickster. See you around, Troy. You too, narrator. I have a name. You know, you do? Yeah, seriously, they do not pay me enough to deal with you people. Is it my turn? What? No, it's not your turn. You're sentient water. How are you even sitting in that chair? What's a chair? It's the thing you're getting all wet. That's gonna smell like mildew. Okay, rude. Fine, let's just get this over with. It's your turn, Ocean. Do your chicken. Chicken, I was just looking for the bathroom. Bathroom, are you serious? It's down the hall to the left. It's okay. Never mind. Never mind. What does that mean? No, not you two. This wasn't meant to be confessional time for literally every character in this game. It's okay. We don't have to confess anything. We've just been working our asses off for 2 days straight and wanted to sit down somewhere. This chair is wet. Yeah, I think the Ocean just beat on it. How's that pot? You know what? I don't even care. You two are looking pretty pleased with yourselves. I've got something to confess. Oh great, what's it gonna be? Glue in the 2nd grade. You cheated on the algebra test once. Watching Trapper get eliminated was the first time in this unending spiral staircase of pain that is my life that I have felt a modicum of joy. Every minute that I'm alive is a nightmare. This place, the sun, these sweet sugary drinks. It sounds fun for a weekend, but for an eternity. The unrelenting rhythm of crashing waves and wailing seagulls. It's like a crescendoing song of evil that makes me question the very foundation of the universe. Why am I here? Why are any of us here? What kind of a sentient being would do this? Please erase me from this existence. Make it so I was never born. Pull the plug on this experiment. Let my soul to be free. And please, please get me out of this polo shirt. Okay, let's get you to bed, buddy. I want to go to bed. Going to bed means eventually I'll have to wake up. Hey, son, that was weird to say at the end. Oh, well, what are you going to do? You let the cameras roll long enough, someone is bound to say something crazy. Anyway, it seems like everyone's had their shot to annoy me tonight, so hit the hay and get some rest. Tomorrow's going to be a doozy. Soft sunlight warms your skin, nudging you awake. Also, you're using a killer crab as a pillow. Killer crab as a pillow, which is sort of okay with. What's that? You don't know what about the killer crabs already? You didn't go out on that hunter's date. You really missed out. It was thrilling. Or, I guess it would have been. You have to play the game again to get that reference, I suppose. You pull on your beach attire and splash water on your face. Dwight and Claudia approaches. That look on their faces, excitement, terror. You notice your stomach flutters with butterflies. Someone's in love. Or you've been infected with zombie butterflies in your sleep. It has happened here before. But it's probably the love thing. It's time. Claudia gestures over to the beach where killers all stand, flanked by tiki torches. The scene very reminiscent of a TV show you used to hate watch with your ex. Suddenly the message is clear. You're going to declare affections for a killer in front of several other killers. Hey, isn't Trickster supposed to be here? We paid him good money to make some half-assed cameos in the show. I'm going to choose agent now. But before they walk you over for your big moment, don't think we have noticed you haven't been how kind you've been to us, Troy. Can't be easy being thrown into a mysterious island for seemingly no reason, surrounded by terrifying killers trying to manage your most primal impulses. Murder and making out. You've kept a cool head and treated us, your friendly island host, with dignity and respect, so don't tell anyone who told you this, but Claudia and Dwight look around conspiratorially. Just a little hint for you going forward, don't try to go all the way with a killer who isn't into you. Relationships are two-way streets, and if you don't have a green light in the other direction, you might end up in the friend zone. Friend zone? That doesn't sound so bad. What do you think you are exactly? Dead by Daylight doesn't do friends. There are killers and there are survivors, and I'm afraid we can't say more. Okay, so who's into me? Claudia and Dwight look around conspiratorially again. Well, I've never seen Spirit open up to anyone like she's opened up to you. I've seen her open up the insides of plenty of people, but thankfully for you and us, that's in a different type of game. So are you ready? Of course you're not, but too bad, we're on a schedule. Make your way over to the row of hotties. Claudia and Dwight stand off to the sides, hands behind their backs. It's been quite the 48 hours, but there are clearly sparks in the air, and I'm not just talking about this rusty chainsaw, though I do recommend staying away from those sparks. It's time for our newcomer to confess their love. Wait, I have to do a drum roll for this. No, you don't, but who cares? Troy, who do you choose for your solo date? Will at least do the flower thing? I thought we agreed to keep that between us. No, not that flower thing. The thing where the suitor gets the flower as a symbol and tests his love. Oh, right. I suppose. But no roses. They're such a cliche at this point. Well, that's good, because I tried to pick a rose, but I got an ouchie, so I settled for these. Beautiful. And good, Dwight. This is a lovely bouquet. Hope Dwight saved some of these for Claudette. They're a thing, right? Getting that vibe to you? Just me? Sorry. You got other things to think about right now. Troy, who do you select to receive these flowers and spend the day with you today? I was getting some weird vibes from Spirit last time, but I don't know. Pro Spirit, below the brim of her impressively large hat. Spirit, since I met you, I've been enchanted by your presence. You challenged me to be a better person and resisted the urge to show me the sharp edge of your katana. For that, I thank you. She did kill me one time. Ready to take a relationship to the next level. And we shall. Up to the eye of the dark storm that is our reality. To the lantern room of the Black Lighthouse. It's time to see what you're made of, Troy. Uh-oh. Thought it might be nice to start the day out on Trapper's yacht before we head up to Black Lighthouse. But she hated the thing. Even if I kind of hate this basic tropical vacation stuff, like yachts and snorkeling or whatever, it's good for you to see me in the sun a little bit, at least. There's more to me than what you've got to experience. I note that my whole vibe can be a little dark. The hat, the swimsuit, the plume of floating hair. This wasn't always who I was. I was a normal young woman once, went to school, hung out with friends. I even had a part-time job working in a restaurant in town. And then, well, I know what happened. Your father, he murdered me, and I woke in as an undead avenger. It's not what I was getting at. Something else happened to me. I realized I needed to be seen. I don't even know by whom. A lot of time when you think about ghosts, there are these kind of see-through, flickering specters. You imagine reaching out and having your hand go right through them. Oh, like that sort of thing. Maybe there's some warpy effect on the world around you. I don't know. It depends on which movie you're watching. But when I died, well, I dare you to try and reach your hand through me. Why did I end up this way? Who brought me here to this island? Who knows? I sure don't. I've got my ideas. I'm not exactly out there digging around in caves or dusting off antiques and trying to find clues and analyze their meanings. I do want to take this experience seriously, though. I want to give the process a chance. Maybe a dumb process, and one that I have extremely little respect for as a person, but you just woke up on this beach with no memory of who you are or where you came from. And rather than freak out and simply try and swim away, you're giving this a chance. I actually didn't know that swimming away was an option. It's not, however, the fact that you never even tried. I think that means you've got courage, or an open mind, or, I don't know, maybe you stuck around because you like someone you met here. Maybe. While the two of you were getting all deep and philosophically flirty, the yacht pulled up to the shore next to a Black Lighthouse. Last stop, everybody off. There were other stops? Oh, no, not for this trip of your life. Spirit rolls her eyes and leaves for the shore. I'm just messing with you. This was the only stop. Nobody here is really looking out for our fun, so we have to make it for ourselves. But no, there are no other stops. Seriously, go. Race you to the poop deck, Dwight. So, the ship doesn't even have a poop deck. Oh, it will. What does that mean? As you disembark, you see Dwight and Claudette run giggling across the ship. Too bad you can't date those two. They seem like they know how to have a good time. You arrive at the beach near the majestic Black Lighthouse. Its imposing form towers above you. A flock of birds circles lazily. No sense of fear or urgency, as if circling a corpse that hasn't moved in ages. I'm excited about today, see? Spirit places her breast delicately in your hand and presses your fingers down against your skin. It's cool to the touch, but you feel is that the faintest of pulses. My blood is absolutely pumping. So what happens now? Now I show you something no one has ever seen up close before. Well, no one who's lived to tell about it. We're going there. She points to the top of the lighthouse amongst the circling birds. What's actually up there? Have you seen it? Hey, y'all. How's everyone doing today? Fuck off, Ray. Hi, Wraith. You sure seem chipper today? Something strange. Something strange is definitely going on with this guy. Well, something else strange. Something different than what's actually going on. Wraith takes a deep breath, sucking in the ocean air like it's the greatest air that has ever been sucked. Troy, thank you. Thank you for choosing anyone else to go on a date with today. Alone, again forever. This is how it was meant to be. I feel alive. Are you done? We're kind of, on that date you just mentioned. I'm glad you're feeling better, Wraith, but like she said, we're in the middle of something. Oh, right. So what you doing? Heading up to the eye of the Lighthouse? I love it up there. You can really see the whole island from up there. In fact, I swear I thought you said no one has been up there and loved to tell about it. But this sounds exactly like telling about it. Technically, I don't think Wraith counts as being alive. I mean, I don't maintain canon, but... Spirit waves her arms at Wraith from head to toe. And if he's not dead now, he's going to be when I punish him for interrupting our date. We can solve our problems without our hair floating up into any menacing shapes. Just be over here running away. Enjoy the view. Oh, I think Wraith was kidding about that whole being up there. Honestly, the view isn't even of the island. What you can see is mostly ocean, on account of it being, a lighthouse. However, that does bring up an interesting point regarding your, how do I say it? Spirit's hand floats up as she scratches her head contemplatively. You don't usually see her at a loss for words like this. What's your mortal status? Because despite what our lanky friend seems to think, the lighthouse is not to be trifled with. It's a beacon of death and suffering that brings doom to it from all corners of the world, if not further. Well, duh, you saw a freaking pirate that seemingly traveled through space and time only to crumble at the rocks beneath its spooky tower. But you decide not to point it out because that wouldn't be too romantic now, would it? Think I'm alive? I'm here with you, walking this beach, feeling the water on my feet, feeling the sun on my skin. Here with me, the spirit. Does that really make you alive? I guess I don't know. If you come with me up to the eye of the Black Lighthouse, you may never return. Is that a risk you're willing to take? Because we have something, I won't deny it. I feel it. I'd hate for you to simply turn to ash. If we were to commit right here now to figuring this out as friends, we could put that risk off for another time. Let's be friends? Ouch, is this her way of letting you down easy? I don't know if I want that friendship. I want you. That's why I chose you. I can't decide this for you. I can only warn you that it may not be safe. You might die up there, and there's nothing I can do about it. Should we go up and die? Let's go for it. Yeah, let's go for it. You take a deep breath and think about every particle of sea air as it travels into your body and fills your lungs. It may be the last time you have such a thought, but you feel strangely at peace with that information. I don't need another friend. I want something more. I'd risk my life for it. Sprite smiles a quirky, devilish smile. I'm gonna die. Right this way. But hey, how could you not go up to the lighthouse? Said the lighthouse is almost pitch black. It was seemingly day when you stepped through the door. Said this place is like a void. The last thing you see is the final rays of sun leave you is a horrible sight. A petrified body laying on the stairs, reaching not up but down, as if it had been crawling. Watch your step. The things we do for love. When you arrive at the lantern room at the top of the Black Lighthouse, you breathe a sigh of relief. The light is out and seemingly defunct. Dust cakes the room as though it hasn't been operated in a century. However, somehow, it's just morning a moment ago, now it's night. What do you mean a moment ago? We've been standing here looking over the ocean all day. I really enjoyed the peaceful time together with you, taking the views in complete silence for hours. It was kind of my perfect date. But I don't remember that. It's called the perfect thing and you can't be bothered to remember. What kind of game are you playing with me? I want to remember, it's just that for some reason my mind is completely blank. But hey, I'm not dead. Oh, you're already dead and have been this whole time. That's true. Maybe we'll never know. Doesn't look like the light is working. Even turned off, the light has a power to it. The massive lens refracts the moonlight through itself. A subtle sparkle that has a hypnotic effect. Maybe that's where the day went? Staring into this light as the sun fell and the moon rose. Thanks for spending the day with me. I really had a good time. That's it, don't get me wrong. It's really cool and all. I guess I don't know what I expected. I suppose if you thought you were walking into your death and nothing happened, it might feel a bit anticlimactic. Sorry, anyhow. It's time to go. Here, let me just flip on the light for the staircase so it's easier to get down. stairs still look pretty dark. Maybe it. Spirit is interrupted by a strange sound, and then it becomes frankly clear to you. That switch wasn't for the stairs, it was for the main lantern. The lantern that is now beginning to power up. Faint to smell of burning begins to reach up to your nose. Oopsie, looks like maybe that switch wasn't for the stair lights at all. Now we see who's really alive and who's really dead, I suppose. It was bound to happen sooner or later. Slam your eyes closed, hoping that somehow not looking at the light is to protect you. Not sure I see a logic in that, but if it is magic, it kind of... I want to see it, but, well, I'm a little scared. Don't look directly into the light. Open your eyes and look only at me. I'll keep you safe. Oh. Perfect. Okay. Perfect. Damn, this one's... I'm on. Not bad. Got 3 perfects, though. Are you okay? You seem okay. I hope I haven't ruined this day by pushing you to do something you weren't meant to do. You're so brave. Maybe not so coordinated, but certainly brave. So lucky you put yourself through this for me. Shows that you're real. Despite your attempt to resist it, the incredible force of energy from the Black Lighthouse's lantern eye refuses to subside. No, it cannot be ignored. It doesn't matter if you look directly at it or not. In the end, it was just a trivial game. This is real life and real magic. You stare at it now, and its power penetrates your mind. Hey, been a while. How are things? Doing good? Feeling more dead or more alive? Yeah, love will do that to a person. Don't worry, it'll make sense soon. You look to hear Spirit's muffled voice. You've got a terrible taste in your mouth, like burnt hair. Air feels damp and smells like ash. Takes time for the sound to clear, but eventually Spirit's words start to make sense to you. However, it's clear she's talking to someone else, not you. You know how sometimes people say, it's not you, it's me? Well, this time it's you, and it's also me. I can't believe I thought you would change for me. I can't believe I thought you were doing was a sacrifice. You never gave anything up for me. Well, today I saw what love looks like, and it looks like a whole lot different than this. I don't think you're hearing me, which is weird, because I'm practically shouting. Nobody breaks up with Trapper. Nobody. Well, yeah, fine. Nobody breaks up with the Trapper. But I'm not doing that. I'm dumping... No, you dare sound. I'm dumping Evan McMillan. There's nothing you or he can do about it. It's over between us. Oh, Spirit was what? Trapper? Brent eyed. Trapper turns from Spirit and looks directly at you. You realize that you're laying on the ground of some weird tunnel. I think that your shouting woke up Troy. My shouting. Attempt to be as quiet as possible, and you hold your breath and freeze in place. Sorry I woke you up, Troy, after what happened. You'd probably be better off sleeping for a bit longer. Things just... What do you know? We were talking in your sleep basically non-stop until you woke up and then got quiet. What was I saying? I don't know. I don't speak Dutch. Did you expect Netherlands? Blikbar? Blikbar? I don't know. Yeah, see, there you go again. Dig as they say up. They know you're awake now. You're going to have to deal with this awkward situation head on. Clearly, I shouldn't be here. You two are having a very personal conversation that I don't need to be involved in. I don't even know how I got here. I'm not here on this island or here in this creepy tunnel. As far as this island goes, your guess is as good as mine. As far as the tunnel goes, we brought you here. We? You and Trapper, but after the lighthouse came on, you blacked out. On your way down, I thought you might have hit your head or something. It's hard to tell what blood is new or old around here. Either way, I wanted to get you someplace safe, and I also asked Trapper for help. It's not that I can't carry you, I just didn't feel like it, you know? I hate anything messing with my shards. Trapper, on the other hand, he loves nothing more than having an unconscious body draped over his... Could have asked Claudia and Dwight for help, but I don't trust them. I trust Trapper. I can trust are two different things. You might think Trapper can be a real jerk, and you'd be right, but you get what you see with him. We brought you down here because we're the only ones who know about this place. It's part of an old tunnel network that connects different places on the island. What's up, guys? Talking island mysteries, my favorite topic. I was just in the neighborhood, so I thought I'd drop in. Trapper, you just said this place is private. Don't look at me, I didn't tell him about it. Half of the appeal to this spot is getting away from people like him. Well, geez, I can see when I'm not wanted. So, you three a throuple now, or... Because I gotta say, I really didn't get the whole trapper spirit thing, but hey, if it's not my business, I don't stick my nose in it. We were not a thing. Nobody traps the trapper. Not traps or relationships. And you do realize you're sticking your nose in our business right now. Wow, so hostile. If you don't want to talk about it, just say so. Anyhow, this tunnel has some very interesting features. If you head about 50 meters down that way, you'll find... Get out! Wraith looks around just to be doubly sure that Trapper is addressing him. Let's just leave. The island, it's a lonely place, which is great for me. I love to be alone. Trapper, on the other hand, he's quite needy. And after a lot of pursuit, I finally let him catch up to me. It became, well, I don't want to call it a relationship because somebody really didn't want to have that talk, but we were more than friends. I dispute the events as told. For the record, I don't pursue, I stalk, and I lie in wait. Seeing eye to eye was not one of the things we were good at. So, I hate to ask, but I did just look into a refrigerator-sized death lamp, so I guess I'm more of a glutton for punishment than I thought. What were you good at? Well, for starters, excuse me, I'll take that question. Thank you very much. If you know anything about me by now, it's that I'm on a quest for revenge. Exactly. You might not know, Trapper's like a great classical maestro of revenge. Trapper blushes by the past. That's all. One way to compliment a killer. Revenge against friends who had turned their back and betrayed him. Revenge against his father for making him into a monster. Revenge against a barista who wrote Ewan on his cappuccino, though his name was actually Evan. For someone who thinks about revenge as much as I do, Trapper's an inspiration. But they say to never date your heroes. Good advice, but I don't think that's the saying. And then you came along, Troy. You showed me that it's okay to be lost, to feel pathetic, to push on when you have nothing real to offer anyone. I'm not sure where you got all of that from, but okay. You held a mirror up to my own doubts and fears and showed me that they aren't everything about me, that I can embrace those things and not be defined by them. You showed me that life after death can be more than just an obsession with revenge and mind-blowing sex on the ground in a dark cave or a dusty old tunnel. Trapper nudges you in the ribs with his elbows. Gross. Clearly, appealing to Trapper's better features has been a winning strategy for dumping his ass because he seems to be taking it quite well. This whole half-assed dating show parody thing, at first, I just thought it was a lame idea. Kind of more and thought there was an audience for this. But then we spent some time together and I realized there's something actually real here. And I don't want to give up on it. I don't want to give up on us. Listen, Troy, while you were knocked unconscious by some minor head trauma like a total weakling, Spirit confided in me that she has real feelings for you. I took it extremely well, naturally, because I trust her and value her opinions. That doesn't mean I trust you. If you want to get to her, you have to get through me first. By passing Trapper's test, coming to Behavior TV, Sundays at 8 p.m. Open to Trapper's test. Answer my questions correctly or die by my blade. Question 1. What is the Spirit's real name? The one given to her by murderer's father. I know that one. Ren Yamoka. You got that one? Don't celebrate yet. Question 2. What lives inside the Spirit? The dragon. Sure, everyone knows that. It won't all be this easy. Question 3. How did the Spirit work back when she was an almost college girl before she was hell-bent on revenge? Yes, she worked at a restaurant. Well, I know that now. I know, to think I would date a waitress. Don't tell my father. Question 4. What's Spirit's favorite color? Black. Okay. These questions largely superficial, sure. Maybe I didn't get to know Spirit that well. Maybe that's why maybe that's why I didn't work out for us. Who knows? Question 5, the final question. You got this, Troy. Point of Spirit. What's worse than being dead? Not being seen for who you are. I pitched Trapper's test to the Behavior TV. They told me there's no room in the budget for a new card to be given the final prize for winning. So I killed them all, right there on the spot. Well, killing them didn't solve any of the budget problems. It sure did feel good. I'm telling you this. A, to brag to you, and B, to explain the only thing you're going to win is me saying congratulations for passing Trapper's test. Not that it was some huge challenge. I mean, the woman obsessed with a giant light that shines in the dark has a chip on her shoulder about being seen. Go figure. You probably guessed, but rules are rules, even if I literally just made them up. You got it right. So I guess I approve of you dating Spirit or whatever. I never really cared in the first place. I was just hoping you'd slip up and give me a good excuse to wet my blade with your blood. Maybe I'll find a reason tomorrow. For now, you two have fun. Wink, wink. Trapper. Sorry you had to endure that. 5 measly questions? That was nothing. Not even that. As ridiculous and unnecessary as it was, the whole thing. Waking up in a random tunnel, over argument, the news that Trapper and I had something going on, and the stupid question. Stupid quiz, all of it, especially the little Trapper catchphrase. It's only because I actually like you, none of it would have happened if I didn't. And I like you too, Spirit. Please, call me Rin. Rin. Isn't she, like, really young? I think she's, like, 17 or something in the actual lore. Nah, she's gotta be older. They wouldn't use her for the game if she wasn't an adult, I don't think. I didn't really feel like our lighthouse experience was completed. There was something else I wanted to show you. Alone up in that lantern room of the tower. Get your mind out of the gutter, Troy. It's not like that kind of game. What's that? Hold on a moment. I'm being told no wait. It is that kind of game. Disregard the gutter. Come back up there with me. I'm gonna need another beer here already. There's no place I'd rather be. I thought this game was supposed to be like an hour long. Like, it's getting dark in my room. Here, I'm gonna start another recording. I'll be right back.
That I used to love.